My name's Andrew with Hoffman's Lawn Care and Fertilization. Today I want to talk to you about the most efficient, fastest way to chain your string and your string trimmer line. So when replacing the string trimmer line and your string trimmer, the first thing that you're going to need to do is remove the bump cap. Find there's two push tabs, one here and then reverse of that. There's another one there. So just apply pressure with your thumb on each side, and then the bump cap will then come out. It's always important to remember that these little eyelets which the string comes out of, and inside this, there's three pieces that can potentially fall out and get lost. So make sure that the eyelets remain in the string trimmer and then that the spring stays attached. So once the bump cap is off, then we want to make sure we get our string ready. So this is typically what the string is going to look like. It's going to be on a large spool like this. So when determining how much string you need to pull out, we always recommend that you do no more than 3 arm lengths. So if I were to stretch the string out here, there'd be 1, 2, and 3, and that's when we'll make our cut. And it's important not to take any more string than that, because what happens when you try to spool it back up in the string trimmer, you tend to get binds and then the string doesn't want to feed out. Okay, so the way that our spool works is you need to cut 2 different pieces of line. So the best way to do this is to connect the 2 ends together, pull it out until you find the end, or the middle, I guess, the exact middle, and that's when you'll make your cut. Boom. Now we're ready to load the spool. Alright, so when getting the string onto this spool, you'll notice that there's 2 little holes right here next to each other. On the opposing side, there's also 2 holes. What you're going to do is you're going to feed the string into these holes, and then you're going to pull it back on itself. And what I like to do is stick 1 finger in between it and then just spin your string around. Alright, so we've gotten to the end here. I'll then take this first end and clip it into that, and then I'll come around to the other and clip it into there. Alright, now we need to put the spool back into the string trimmer head. One thing to take notice of here is if you pan down and look at the engine, I'm always going to keep that engine upright. If you do tip it over for some reason to put your spool on, you potentially could spill oil and gas all over the sidewalk. So I always keep that head, the power head, the engine, upright. So as I place this in here, I'll set it in, and then I'll pull the string out of the clips, place it into the eyelet, spin it around. You'll have to keep pressure on your spool because it's got the spring in there. And then I'll pull that string out of its cap, lock it in. As you notice, my finger is still holding pressure. I've got the cap in this hand. And this is something that will definitely take practice. And then just push it back on. And then as you notice, the string trimmer line on one side is only a few inches. I've got it really long here. As you start the machine and bump it once to extend it, it will even itself out when it cuts itself on the guard here. And essentially, you're set, ready to go. All right, so quick tip when you are string trimming properties is we've got our string in the string trimmer head, but I always like to take a length of string, put it in my pocket, So that way if I run out and I'm, in the backyard or I'm on a commercial property and I'm a 2-minute walk away from the truck, I've got it right here in my pocket ready to go. If you do need to change your string trimmer line or fill up gas in your string trimmer, I'm always going to recommend that you do it not over the grass. Make sure you're standing on a hard surface. If you're in the backyard potentially and you need to change that string trimmer head, the best way to really do it is to walk over, put the power head, the engine part, in a landscape bed, so if there was any leak or spillage, you're not going to damage or burn out the grass. Thanks for watching.